New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
Welcome to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Your hosts are two girls who believe that life is awesome, that laughter heals, and that it's possible to find deep spiritual insights in everyday experience.
Here come the girls. It's more than practical. Here come the girls. Way more than merely factual. If you want to know the secrets of a life that's free, listen to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Listen to Girls Behaving Metaphysically.
Hello. Welcome to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. I'm Robyn Olmsted.
I'm Dr. Natashe Wilson, coming to you from, where am I? Brisbane, Queensland, Australia.
Just in case your geography wasn't on target, Australia, and I am in the desert of Albuquerque, New Mexico, where it is 95 degrees and it's actually kind of humid for a change, and it's looking like it's gonna rain.
Oh my
but
goodness.
it just teases us. It just spits. It doesn't really rain.
It was 10 degrees Celsius when I left the house this morning to take the girls. I don't know what it is, and I don't know what 10 degrees Celsius is in Fahrenheit, but for us here in Queensland, that's cold.
So what is it in
I can just ask Siri. What is 10 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit?
10 degrees Celsius is 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
Cool.
That's really cold for us. So
yeah, so we're basically you're half of what we are.
Yes.
Craziness. Well, if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Wherever you're joining us from, feel free to let us know in the chat whether you're watching live or watching later. Just let us know where you're looking at us from. And we are a space where we talk about all kinds of things. The mystical, the magical, the truth of being spiritually awake in this world we're living in nowadays, and just the challenges and the possibilities for growing into a deeper sense of self and all those kind of things. So that's what we do here on Girls Behaving Metaphysically. So today we're going to be talking about celebration. And not just the parties or the milestones or the, magical, messy events that we have. But can we live our life as a celebration?
Yes, sometimes easier than others, but yes.
Sometimes. But it's only fair to say that this topic was sparked by our newly licensed practitioner, minister, ordained person, our producer, Reverend Michael Mangus.
That's right.
Come on down.
Oh, no.
And for some reason, I needed to pretend like I didn't know this morning, Michael.
Well,
because-
no. Okay. Well, the thing is that they didn't send me the makeup. Usually before I go to on the air, some people have said I have the face for radio, so I have to go and get all made up. So,
what? When you come to
Queensland,
I am going to give you a nice makeup session.
Okay.
Yes.
Now I do have some, I do have some good stuff for under the eyes, but I'm gonna have to travel several thousands of miles to get a good facial.
No, I got the best lipstick, the best mascara. We're going to have so much fun.
Well,
right?
Thank you. You're
going to come on air and they're going to be like, oh, yes, he is a girl behaving metaphysically.
Now, I don't do drag, but I'm very comfortable in my my manhood, but I do wear pink though.
You don't do drag, but now you can easily and effortlessly talk about it without thinking that anyone's going to judge you because you are ordained by the Holy Spirit.
By the Holy Spirit, amen.
That's right. That's right. So this is day 2 of our celebration here on New Thought Media Network.
It's been, gosh, I don't know. I've just been going through a whole bunch of emotions here. Just really happy and just relieved. And I'll share with Natasha what my mentor said yesterday as we were praying in. He says, well, you'll get through this, and then what will you have to worry about? and then he continued to say, well, are you gonna, you're putting together this D-Min program, and are you going to be afraid of failing out of your own D-Min program that you're helping put together? Which I got the point.
It brings
me long enough to be able to share with me stuff like that. No, I was pretty comfortable yesterday with the questions. There wasn't anything like that was like gotcha questions. No, it went well. So,
but I think you bring up a really good point. What your mentor said to you. I mean, I think that's part of the discussion we'll be having, because where do we stop ourselves from celebrating? Like exactly what he said. What are you going to worry about now? And where in our bodies do we hold on to those old behaviors that take away our joy, take away the celebration, take away the possibilities?
See, and that's the reason I think that for me, that especially being in any type of ministry, is to have what I've noticed with people here, especially in the States, who are in denominational or non-denominational ministry. What I've noticed is that they get really stressed out very quickly and burned out because that they do not have a circle of colleagues and professionals to go to be able to talk about some of the stuff that's going on in their lives without breaking confidentiality. And so for me, I've learned from that, and to have people in my lives who I can just be real gut level honest with, so that they can say, oh, wonderful, 2x4 insights like my mentor did. Unless he really knew me, that would not come forth. So I think that the path of ministry for me is a path of growth, and that again, I also read the Bible too. Nobody in CSL hate me. I do read the Bible, but Proverbs, the book of Proverbs, is always constantly talking about the whole idea of taking wise advice, is to having individuals in your life that are that can give wise counsel. So that's, I think, for me, has been a really good thing. I mean, I feel pretty clean, having the discussion that I do with my mentor every couple of weeks of just talking about ministry and talking about me and talking about that, if it's out there, the reflection's there. So, but I'm really, again, this is something that I've wanted for a long time. It'll be nice to have on my wall the certificate that says Minister of Religious Science, and to have that up there. I mean, for those of you who are not familiar, so usually when you come out of, for example, grad school, and you have an MDiv, that's the degree that ministers have in this country, Protestant ministers, they usually get ordained by their denomination. Again, both are separate. In CSL, that you get licensed first, and then there's another 3-year period before that you go ahead and take your your final vows or your commitment to ministry for life. So it's 3 years of working with your mentor, working with your sponsor. Also, they look for on the Ministers Council. Are you making any money at it? There's a lot of different things that go into it. But again, the path of ministry for me is a path of growth. So, yeah, and sometimes it's easy, and sometimes you get 2x4s up the head before you go into your panel. So,
well, I think that's the path of life, right?
Yeah.
It's not limited to the panel. We all get 2x4s. So I think what we want to do is pull a card today, Michael, and we'll pull it for you. So
okay. Can I say stop when?
New license.
I think that makes sense.
Okay, so are you shuffling?
I am shuffling.
Keep going.
Take that. Yeah, whatever. Just
keep going.
Okay.
Stop.
Okay, the card is the soul's truth.
Ooh.
And it says, I listen to my soul's simple truth and allow my life to unfold naturally. I listen to my soul's simple truth and allow my life to unfold naturally. So it says, my soul is moved by simple truths and authenticity. The path of the soul can be different from that of the rational mind, and it can take longer to reveal itself. Today, I listen to my soul. I ask myself, what do I really want? What do I really need? Whether I'm at the beginning, middle, or end of a phase, I embrace this moment for the wisdom it brings. I allow change to occur naturally. I wait to see what unfolds, what shows up for me. I give space to the unknown and to myself. Intentions and goals can sometimes be a list of shoulds and must-dos, but soul speaks a different language, one that's free of conventional agendas and ideas. Therefore, I am willing to take time to simply reflect on and appreciate where I am right now, rather than feeling I need to push to create something new. Wow.
So I'm celebrating this moment. Celebrating this moment. And yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And I think, go ahead.
No, I think, asking yourself, what does the soul need? And for me, this is that call to ministry that, you go ahead and for me, you go ahead and deny, and then it keeps coming up. And then, either the one thing that I noticed was when I went ahead and I said yes to my soul's calling, which was ministry. When I said yes to that, my life came together very quickly. I attracted a mate, was able to go to, again, to get my practitioner license, And so I think, honoring that within us and listening, because I tell you what, I've never been happier. Just being me. I don't. One of the other show guests was asking me about. You just need to talk. Sit down, and talk about. All the experiences that you've had of the divine. It's like, well, the one thing that I have every day is I just have a peace that passes all understanding. That's what I have now. And 20 years ago, I didn't. And the gift, I think the gift of being on the soul's path, I think for me is not only peace, but it's just, man, I used to have a real temper, and now I don't.
Yeah.
I don't, and able to come at, situations without, in love. So,
Yeah. And I think this card is perfect for today's show. I mean, I think that when we're listening to the soul's truth, that's how we can celebrate the truth of who we are and step into that place.
Yeah.
So
right.
I was literally saying that yesterday. I feel like it came up as a theme in like at least 2 of my sessions with clients. And, it was like, we're here to be who we are. We're not here to be other people, right? We experience a sense of belonging to this existence, to this planet, to this human family when we take up our own residence, right? Not when we're trying to live according to other ideas of what we're supposed to be. There's, so the moment I feel like that's the soul's truth. Like the divine wants to know you as you. Not, not you as Jenny down the block, right? So, yeah.
Yep.
So it's beautiful. And I'm really happy to be a part of your celebration, Reverend Michael.
Oh, thank you. Again, it's just, it's a long road, and for me, it's just a lot of, a lot of different roadblocks and a lot of different, hoops you got to go through. I was told that I was not eligible for. Again, I had reached my 3-year period last October, but I was told that I wasn't eligible for even consideration until I got my 3rd year report in. So I had to wait until the beginning of this year to get in that report. And then after that, then I was eligible then for the next licensure. So, for the next ordination panel. So. Yeah, and it's interesting now. In CSL. So what they do now with is they take so you do a report every single year on different topics to home office when you are licensed, and so what they do is they take 3 years of those reports, and then the Ministers' Council then takes a look at them. And then on top of that, they do an interview before even the panel. And then they take all of your writings and put them into AI to come up with a rubric. They have like 10 different items based upon what you have written over the past 3 years, that like leadership, spiritual growth, self-care, those type of things, so that they have a score from AI now. So I thought that was so it's again, it's how bad do you want it? That's I always hear my my prac instructor Dr. Johnny Reed saying, how bad do you want to be a practitioner? I think of that. The same thing was with the minister. How bad do you want to be an ordained minister? How bad do you want it? And it's like, well, yeah. And again, this is not just, this is just a part of being on, events are just a part of being on the path. So this is again, this is a great event. And, you chop wood, you carry water, and then, you have an event where you're enlightened, and then again that you keep on. I'm not minimizing it, but what I'm saying is that it's a celebrations are a part of the path.
Yeah,
it's not just pointing to 1 or 2 celebrations, but it's a part of celebrating, your whole life. So
yeah. So Reverend Michael, does that mean you can come to Australia and marry me? Not marry me, but help do my marriage ceremony.
I'll have to get with the
any of us that are licensed can come, and we'd have to get a different license there. But it's not a big deal. It's like a one-day thing. Like to marry somebody in Hawaii, I had to get a different,
Is
a
is
day
that
pass.
see? No, I don't know the law done. I'm gonna have to look that up later. The
Okay.
law of doing a. Natashe, are you sure you want to be married again?
I do. I do. And I think I might need two people to marry me because
Well, Robyn and I can do it.
I'm serious. Like, I think I'm gonna need people praying for us. I'm gonna need people praying for me. Like, yeah, I do. I really do. But I just, I want to be married, but not in the traditional sense anymore. I want to be married in a way that is aligned with who I am as Natashe, right? I don't want to have to keep trying to fit into things that I don't think were built for me.
So I'm just going to share with you what happened to me. So I, back in the 90s, I was in a relationship with somebody who I met at Unity, who was younger, beautiful. We lived together for a while, and that I found out that she didn't love me. So, that's just it was one of those things where I had some crazy thoughts. And so what I did was I got public with them. I told my care professionals what I was feeling, what I was doing, and I was able then to work out. But see, that's where I got serious about the call of ministry, because and I still remember it. I was coming back. I was going through Boulder, Colorado, because I was thinking about going to Naropa Institute, now Naropa University. And so I remember going to the phone, and I just remember saying, I've done all this work on myself, and I've been through therapy, and I must be, good partner material for someone.
Yeah.
And then I asked the question, I said, what should I do with the rest of my life? And then the word came up very clear. Again, I didn't hear it from outside. I heard from within. It says ministry. And I said, God, not that.
Michael, but you're about to make me cry. Okay.
Okay. Well, God, not that. Well, I'm going, okay. I just went ahead and I just said, I surrendered to that. I just said, okay, if this is what I'm called to, and that's what I started to do. And again, it was, in the process, unfortunately, that there were some people within CSL who weren't very happy with me, because again, I took a while to get the credentialing and to go through the program. And, that's their stuff. I just did what was next in front of me. So, that's where I went back. Went back to school, went to one of the only, I don't know if they have very many bachelor transpersonal psychology programs, but I got my degree back in like 2003. And then again, it took a while to get to the place where I just said, okay, let's do this ministry thing. And so in 2016, that's when the Dayton, Ohio Center went ahead and said, we want to do a ministerial program. And I said, well, it's coming to me, so I might as well go ahead and take advantage of it. So that's what happened. So, and again, it took me a while to get through Holmes Institute. I mean, it's usually 3 or 4 years, and it took me 6.
Plenty of people take time, though. I mean, that goes to my show yesterday about divine timing. You have to be listening to your own calling. There's no time. You do it in God's time.
Well,
That's right.
And that when I well, again, that because there was no Ohio program, I was back in 22 when I finally got everything done for the degree. There was no center to be able to put together a graduation. So I was asked to put together. I was told by my dean at that time, "We'll put together your own graduation." And it worked out better than I thought, because I received my degree at Christ Universal Temple up in Chicago, the monument to, and again, the movement of Reverend Dr. Johnny Coleman. So, I mean, it just works. That kind of stuff just works out better. But I remember what Dr. Edward Viljoen, who was our spiritual director at the time, I remember what he said to me. And he said, he asked me, he says, how many years did it take for you to get through this? And I said, well, it took me 6. I think he went through in 2 or 3. He was on the fast track program. But he told me something again that's always stuck. He says that, especially ministerial school, it's a place where you give the mind something to do while the soul develops. And that just made so much sense to me, to be able to do that. So, yeah, it's, but getting to the point of, again, of just today, I've noticed myself just really being really tired. And so I kind of honored that this afternoon and had a really good afternoon nap before coming here. So, because it's been a while. So,
and it's okay because sometimes we celebrate with a nap.
Nap.
It's a good reward.
Yeah, Natashe and I are for our first book together. It's going to be Napping for Spiritual Enlightenment.
I like it.
Yes.
All right. Well, today that's what we're talking about is celebration. We're celebrating Michael Mangus and his journey into becoming an ordained minister. This is day 2 of the celebration. And as you can see, we wore him out yesterday. He's a little exhausted today.
Oh, no, I think it was just the day yesterday,
Yes, of course.
Let's talk about it. You want to take a break real quick?
I do want to take a break. And when we come back, we'll talk about celebration and can we live our entire life as a celebration.
Okay.
So don't go away.
Here on
New Thought Media Network.
Okay.
Please help us say thank you to all of our organizational sponsors, including the Hepperlin Foundation, Affiliated New Thought Network, International New Thought Alliance, Science of Mind Archives and Library Foundation, Center for Spiritual Living Denver, Center for Spiritual Living Midtown, New Thought Philadelphia, Center for Spiritual Living United Life, Sunshine Cathedral, Planned Happiness Institute, Summit Center for Spiritual Living, One Heart Retreats, Universal Joy Center, Unity Kitchener, Unity Spiritual Center, Ottawa, Om Center for Spiritual Living, Satya Center, Begin Within Ministries, Center for Spiritual Living, North Jersey, Unity of Savannah, and the Center for Spiritual Living, Seattle, as well as all of our individual donors. On behalf of New Thought Media Network, thank you, and please like, share, and subscribe. New Thought Media Network, come be you.
The Heal Your Life Workshop Leader and Life Coach Certification Training, approved personally by Louise Hay, is coming to San Diego. Facilitated by expert trainers Anna Milkik and Christy Dixon. This 3-month training includes multiple sessions on Zoom and 10 days in beautiful San Diego. It will change your life and enable you to help others transform their lives.
Come expand your spiritual journey. Join us for Just the Talk, Sundays, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Experience Unity Kitchener and Ottawa. Center for Spiritual Living Midtown, Center for Spiritual Living Denver, Unity of Garden Park, New Thought Philadelphia, the Sunshine Cathedral, Unity of Savannah, and the Om Center for Spiritual Living. Come unleash your spiritual potential with New Thought Media Network.
Welcome to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Your hosts are two girls who believe that life is awesome, that laughter heals, and that it's possible to find deep spiritual insights in everyday experience.
Here come the girls. It's more than practical. Here come the girls. Way more than merely factual. If you wanna know the secrets of a life that's free, listen to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. Listen to Girls Behaving Metaphysically.
Hello and welcome back to Girls Behaving Metaphysically. We're two girls and a guy right now, and this is our show on celebration. So today we're talking about what do we celebrate, when do we celebrate, and who decides what is worthy of our joy, of our attention, our celebration. We began our show with Michael Mangus right there, featured with his name right underneath. It is the ordained Michael Mangus, and we are celebrating that journey.
Well, this is
long journey.
Yeah, this has been an interesting week because my wife Diana, she had surgery, hip surgery on Tuesday. So to schedule the hip surgery, which went well, by the way, thank you. And again, the people who did prayer, and it was amazing. You know, for me, I could just feel the energy of the prayer and the essence of spirit with her is, and it's that went well. So then next day, then having getting ready for ordination panels. So that was and then celebrating that. It was really nice to put on Facebook. Finally, I'm an ordained minister of the Church of Centers for Spiritual Living. That was really. I just said I'm just going to put that up and just that was my celebration yesterday. So. And
you're
got
in
a lot of good feedback. What now?
You're in good company. There's some wonderful people that have been on our shows, graduating out there. Reverend Sherry Greer, and who else? Somebody else important. Oh, wait, Reverend Kamatara Johnson, who's from Gills Center in Rio Grande.
Jones,
Filipiak.
Reverend Daryl Jones from Chicago, who's been a minister forever.
Daryl, is that what you said, Daryl? Yeah.
Yeah, Daryl was also they paneled. They also this week at Chapala, they also paneled the first group that ever have gone through ordination in CSL. The first group. And again,
from Latin American countries,
they do not refer to them down there in Latin American countries as ministers. They refer to them as spiritual directors because of cultural and also the laws down there. But to have a group of people that are just doing amazing work down there in Latin America, it's really, and again, I think there's a lot of real hope, I think, for the movement. We do have some movement here.
There's a lot of movement, but we're not going to talk about that today.
Okay.
we're going to talk about celebration because it's a slippery slope to other conversations.
All right.
So Dr. Natashe Wilson joins us from Australia, and I am Robyn Rice Olmsted here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We're talking about celebration. So, what celebration? What does celebration even mean? Because it kind of takes you into the metaphysics of joy. What does that mean? Why do we celebrate? And what makes something worth celebrating? Is Natasha frozen? She looks frozen.
Oh, she's gone. Yeah.
That Australian connection.
Which usually is pretty good. So especially with this ministry thing, I said, well, I don't want a big thing. I just, just give me my degree. And then back in 2022, when, I noticed online people having celebrations for them graduating from school, which is one of the last groups of people who received master's degrees from Holmes Institute. And I mean, I noticed all these people, getting celebrations, and I'm going, well, where's mine?
Mm.
And so I just went ahead, and that's the reason that being able to, to go ahead and to tell folks, to tell folks that they're,
What
they,
happened? What I missed?
No, nothing. You didn't miss anything.
you didn't
He's
miss
uh-ohing
anything.
because he's paying attention to his producer duties, and we have a special guest coming on.
Yes, we do.
Here she is,
There she
Reverend
is.
Stacy Hilton.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hello.
Congratulations, Reverend Michael.
Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you for being on the panel yesterday.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It was delightful.
So for
Yeah.
those of you who don't know,
How was it reading all that stuff about me?
It was
I
wonderful.
just want to
Okay.
explain, when you
Yeah.
panel, there's 3 ministers there that ask you questions. They look at your file, except for the stuff that I did. And then they,
X-nay, kayfabe.
okay. All right.
Yeah. We don't want to talk that's for the book coming out.
It's
Oh.
okay. For the miniseries.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and Reverend Stacy was one of the people on Michael's panel. So
Yeah.
she can tell us the real about what he did and what he said.
Yeah. You know what you did that most people don't do? Well, most ministers, I shouldn't say that. Many ministers don't do is you took responsibility for your stuff. You take full responsibility for your stuff. And there was no not an apologetic or like, I shouldn't have done that, but it was just like, I did this, or this is how I feel about this, and I'm still working on me. And I never get to see that. So thank you. I really appreciate
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll rub that in.
It's huge. And you got the memo to wear the same color today.
Well, I got the memo. Yeah.
No, you did. You were fantastic. It was just my pleasure yesterday.
Thank
and
you.
then I had one that was not so good after that.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. So.
Well, and that, I think, having that kind of feedback, that kind of oversight, I think has been really good for me. You can go ahead and say what you want about having individuals kind of take a look, being responsible to other people in a ecclesiastical hierarchy. But for me, it's been one of those things of, sometimes, I need some correction. So
We all do.
Yeah. I don't think you heard the story. I don't know if I told the story yesterday, but so my mentor prayed me in. And so beforehand, he said, well, what are you going to worry about after this? What are you going to worry about? And he said, and then he said, well, I know that you're helping to put together a DMin program. And he said, are you going to worry about flunking out of your own DMin program? And you see, again, that's the reason being is because I have people in my life who can go ahead and who know me.
Yeah.
And to be able, and I think that's a part of the burnout is when you don't have other ministers, other people in there do that. But no, I thought my panel was very nice, very fair yesterday. Okay, take my phone off. But no, it was really good. So thank you. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Really good
Thank you.
experience.
Thanks for making my day. That's why I do it. Because there's many other things I could do, but I really do love sitting on those.
And I think that's so important, though, Stacy, because we're talking about celebration today. And I think your spirit and what you bring to everything you do is that space of love and celebration just for people being who they are. And it makes a big difference.
Thank you.
You know, it really makes a big
I don't
difference.
think I'm that. I do think I'm special. However, I think there's a lot of us out there that bring that. I hope so.
I hope so too. I think there is too, but like you said, you know, I mean, I know you a little better, and I know that you have enough things on your schedule that you could have eliminated one panel perhaps, you know, and only done one panel, but instead you give.
Yeah, but that's how I get, right? That gives me life to move forward. Because
it's a party.
Do you want, we have do you want me to get this guy out? I mean,
what is that?
Yeah, I just came. Oh, my mic.
Go ahead.
There we go. I just came to declare that this has been enough darn celebration of Michael.
No.
It's been 24
Absolutely
hours.
not.
For God's sake. It's been going on.
Absolutely not.
Gil, and again, he said one of the nice things yesterday. He says that one of the nice things about this is that he won't have to mention about ordination ever again.
Michael can finally relax.
I don't know if you know this, Stacy, but we're told to watch our behavior. We were told to watch our behavior in with social media, with watch our P's and Q's, be good examples of the science mind in the world. So I just went ahead and just was a good example. But
so what's your
trying to be
now?
a good example. Go ahead.
I didn't check out your Facebook page or anything. I don't know. Maybe somebody else did.
Well, they can. I mean, I don't. Yeah.
So are you done with that being careful part? Now you're ready to.
No. So it was explained to me by a long time. He's an ordained community minister. He said, when you are a minister, is that more is expected out of you.
Yeah.
And so again, you're not expected to be perfect, but you're expected to be mindful of your behavior and how it affects not only yourself, but also the community, your family, and the people around you. So that's, again, and see, the reason I know all this stuff is because, again, of hanging around ministers. And again, they've been my best mentors and teachers over the years. So, but this is, I don't know. I took a long nap this afternoon. Even though that I slept last night, it was one of those things where, again, it was like all the air came out of the balloon yesterday. Yeah. When you go ahead and you take, you burn, I burned all of my bridges to get to this point. I mean, I had no other place to go. So, and again, what happened was, especially when I was talking to my mentor, Guy Williams, by the way, when I was talking to Guy over the past 6 months, it was about all of my fears about, well, what if they don't like me? What if, what if they're wanting me to go and do this again? What if they, and so to get really public about, or at least with him, about what was going on in me. So it was a time of real personal growth leading up to
Yay!
That.
That's what it's supposed to be. Yay!
I just want to make a note. If I'm not incorrect, the last time Reverend Stacy was on this program, we were drinking wine at a winery before my ordination celebration.
Absolutely.
I discussing the rays.
I went ahead and I said to myself yesterday, when you were saying about, I've been on some of your shows, I said, I better not mention that.
I wanted you to relax. You seemed a little bit nervous, so I'm like, I wanted you to smile and not mention it. Thank you. And relax.
But I want to say that not only was that when all of us were together like this, but that's also when I think Dr. Natashe,
yes,
kind of got her reheard the calling. or recharged. So
Okay.
yeah, it's very,
And Reverend Michael followed up with me, which was
Nice.
beautiful.
Nice.
Well, thank you. So it's always an honor, because again, that's just, that call to ministry is something that's all you have. Sometimes
it never goes away.
it never goes away, and unless you take a look at it. Oh no, I knew I was to be a religious science minister back in the 80s.
Oh wow.
We had a group of us. We here in Ohio, we had Eastern Conference here, and so we went down to, I think it was Atwood Lake Lodge here in Ohio, but we went and we spent a week, and I knew then, the call of ministry was there, but again, it's one of those things where you just, I don't know, just go ahead and just kind of put that in the background. But again, life happens and then brings it back up again, that choice. And so once I really said yes to ministry, then things transpired. The only thing is, unfortunately, is sometimes I tick some people off because in CSL, because I did not do it on their timetable. And it's like, oh well.
But there's this thing, like I heard you, well, we've all spoken about it, but I also remember when it was Gil's, when we were celebrating Gil, there was this thing about divine timing, right? And so like, even, you followed up with me, helped me make the right introductions. And it turns out like I don't have to leave out any part of my journey as I take this step finally, right? Because every time before that, it was like some part of me had to sort of like take a back seat. And like, not only does not any part of me have to take a back seat, but also like now there is a path for those of us who are creatives, right? So it's like creative expression in ministry. So I get to like bring in my love of dance as prayer, as spiritual practice. And that wasn't around when I first heard the call, right? So everything in divine timing.
Yeah, no, ministry is has evolved. Did you read, Reverend Stacy? Did you read the 3-hour counseling story in my paperwork? Did you read that?
Remind me. I'm sure I did, but
all right. So, well,
that was a lot of reading, Reverend Michael.
Yeah, I know. Well, I love doing weddings. I mean, that's one of the, and it's not that hard to get quote unquote ordained. Internet. I usually tell people that I'm regularly ordained, regularly licensed, through an ecclesiastical body. But anyhow, I got a call to do a wedding down in Steubenville from a couple from Pennsylvania, young couple. And so we agreed to meet at a park. So up the driveway at this park comes the couple.
Oh,
and
yes.
And then came the
parents,
the young lady's parents.
Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah.
And so what happened is that I wasn't aware of this, but later on they told me that the dad and the guy had a confrontation in the hotel parking lot, and I'm going, oh no. So anyhow, so I just once I could tell with this young lady that this is something, she's very conflicted. I just could tell that.
Mm-hmm.
So for the next 3 hours, I just, because I would take her aside and she would look into my eyes and it's basically tell me what to do. And it's like, I kept looking back and I can't tell you what to do. I can only point you to your heart. And again, where I learned that was from my ministerial training. It was from hanging around you guys that I learned how to do that. And so I kept there, and then the idea came again. I was talking to kind of doing a negotiation of all three people, and I had a friend of mine there who comes with me as an assistant, I had her come with me, and man, we had to do some processing with her on the back end because she's never seen me having to do that. So after 3 hours of negotiating, I said the idea was this. I said let's agree upon 3 things today. I said the first thing is that we're not going to do this today. The license is good for 60 days. So if you want to go home, think about this, let's get back. Okay. The second thing that we're going to agree upon is that you're going to do a course of counseling with me over 4 weeks, which she did. The third thing that we need to agree upon is how are you going to get back to Pennsylvania? Are you going back with your fiance? Are you going back with your parents, or are you going back with me? So once we got all that agreed upon, then, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff but see, the reason I was able to do that was because, again, being a minister first and not just doing the month. And again, that's what I put forth is, to be able to do that kind of pastoral care is because that I hung around and I got trained by not only Holmes Institute, but by all of you who really have walked with me. So that was, again, I wouldn't have been able to do that without all of you again, I was extremely well trained on how to do that. To be able to just to really be there for 3 hours and just, until we were able to get some type of agreement on that. Because she didn't, what I found out later was that unfortunately is that he was previously married and had 7 kids.
Oh.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a celebration.
You saved her life. You saved her life.
It's a whole different celebration.
Jeez.
Well, no, but see, again, that's, to do that kind of pastoral care. The other thing I love doing here, and with the couples that I do marry, is to do christenings and baptisms. We had one young lady, the couple last year, they went to the Catholic Church with your young daughter, and they said, we can't baptize your child because you're not married. And I said, we're going to take care of that.
Jeez.
We will take care of that. So
this is in Ohio, River Michael?
Yes, in Ohio. Oh, absolutely. No, it's just, so I was able to do that. And I got a letter last week from another couple that I married. I baptized your young son last year, and they've had a daughter. So we're going to celebrate her coming this fall. So that, and again, that kind of pastoral care I'm able to do because, again, I was extremely well trained by all of you and having your example. So,
but you listen, you're listening to your own heart and your own guidance. I think as well. I know that they play a role as well, but you're listening.
Yeah, and that's so important. And right now we're listening to the time clock, which we're about to end. So, but I think what Stacy's saying is so important, and what you said too. It's really about you're living into that vibration of listening, of being with yourself, of listening to spirit, and when I hear of all those things you said, all the celebrations that you've overseen, that all of you oversee as ministers, whether it's a big thing, a wedding, or whether it's just movement in somebody in your congregation or that you talk to, and allowing that heart space to emerge and to learn to listen and all those things. So we didn't really talk about celebrations so much, but we talked about lots of celebrations. So
if you really want to celebrate, I'm beer camps coming up in October. Theology beer camps. So if you want to celebrate there.
No, Michael, the saying goes, if you really want to celebrate, join Reverend Stacy, Reverend Gil, and I in September at New Thought.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's
another place too. Okay.
But you know what? We live in a both-and universe, so you can do both.
Well, okay. Well,
I just want to say one thing about ministry, and that is we are not here to be ministers. We are here to be the ministry.
Yes.
And that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And that, my friends, is the celebration of life. Be the
And
minister.
I invite all of you to come and bring that energy here to Queensland, because we don't have a center or anything here. So bring the energy. We welcome it, need it.
Well, maybe
And
that's
we have good
Maybe
fun.
we can get Reverend Cheryl
your
to
idea.
do New Thought in Queensland. We don't have to take a boat.
That's right. We better start.
Fly out of LA. It's a straight shoot. Like,
There you go.
There you go. Fly out of LA or San Francisco.
So, before we go, so Reverend Stacy, plug what's coming up. New Thought in the Desert. Plug that, please.
New Thought in the Desert is coming in September 17th through the 19th. And then we have an extra added bonus day, September 20th, which Dr. Sunny will be holding a conscious cafe. Dr. Sunny, our CSL spiritual leader, will be there all weekend. Faith Rivera, who is a world-renowned singer and just fantastic person through and through, and just a wonderful vocalist. And she's coming from Hawaii, community of Hawaii. I believe that's where she is these days. And she will be there all weekend. And we have Robyn and Gil and Reverend Cheryl and
Many
Reverend Gil.
guest speakers.
Guest speakers. Well, yeah, Robyn. Please remind me of who those are.
We have Reverend Dr. Raymond. We have
What's
Liz
the date?
Racy. We have Michelle Coleman, a unity teacher, Dr. Michelle Coleman.
What are the dates?
And the list is just growing, so you just want to be part of it.
Yeah, so the dates are September 17th.
September
through the
17th to the 20th.
So how can people get more information on that, Reverend Stacy?
More information. You can what's the best way? Let's put a flyer up or something. Do we have a flyer, Robyn?
Not yet, but
Not yet. Okay. Email me, Stacy, STAC.
They can go to the website.
Yeah.
So what's your website?
LBCSL.
Okay.
Las Vegas, LBCSL.org.
Okay.
Sorry, Las Vegas CSL.org.
Okay, so it's happening in Vegas.
Happening in Vegas.
Okay.
Happening in Vegas.
CSL.org.
Las Vegas CSL.org.
Las Vegas CSL.
Is it child friendly or no? So better leave your children at home.
Unfortunately, I would say probably better, unless we can come up with something.
Yeah, we have way too much lead time. Because what'll happen is in the next meeting, I'll have 10 ideas to tell them. So anyway, but we're going. Here's what we wrote an article the other day, and what we said was, we know that you've heard what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, and that's not true for this conference, because what's going to happen in Vegas, it's going to resonate around the world, and you're going to take it back home and back out into your communities, and you want to be part of it. So join us if you can. We'll give you lots more information in the upcoming weeks. I promise we'll have a flyer next week on both of our shows, because I can't get to my email right now.
Well, I just want to say thank you to all of you. I love you. Thank you for being a part of my life, and love working with all of you. So again, thank you for that honor. So thank you. Time of celebration that was really not expected today after yesterday. So, but
all right,
Robyn, we have to wrap it up here.
Yeah, thanks, Michael. All right, so go out in the world and celebrate the love that you are, and we'll see you next week on what am I? Girls Behaving
Metaphysically.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.